Imagine a city where every corner tells a story spanning over 2,000 years. Welcome to Rome in 2026. This isn't just a trip back in time, it is a journey through a city that has recently reinvented itself. Following the massive celebrations of the Holy Year, Rome has emerged more vibrant, accessible, and breathtaking than ever before. From the sun-drenched cobblestones of ancient alleyways to the sleek modern energy of its newest districts, the Eternal City is a masterpiece of layers. Whether you are here to stand in the shadow of emperors, marvel at the artistic genius of the Renaissance, or simply find the perfect plate of pasta in a hidden trattoria, Rome promises an experience that stays with you forever. In this guide, we are diving deep into the heart of the city. We will explore the iconic landmarks that define the skyline, discover secret spots away from the crowds, and navigate the updated streets of this historic capital. Get ready to experience the magic, the history, and the unmistakable soul of Rome. Standing before this massive stone amphitheater, you can almost hear the roar of 50,000 spectators echoing through the ages. Completed in the year 80 after Christ, this is the ultimate symbol of Roman engineering and imperial power. It remains the largest ancient amphitheater ever built, a place where gladiators once fought for glory, and the sand was soaked in history. Recently, the experience of visiting has been completely transformed. With the newly restored wooden arena floor, you can now stand exactly where the action took place, looking down into the hypogeum, the complex underground network of tunnels and cages where animals and fighters waited for their turn in the spotlight. As you walk through these towering arches of travertine and brick, look closely at the details in the stone. You are walking the same paths as senators and citizens from nearly 2,000 years ago. It is a haunting, awe-inspiring reminder of the scale of the Roman Empire and the sheer ambition of its builders. Even after centuries of earthquakes and stone thieving, it stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the enduring spirit of the Eternal City. Step into the true heart of the ancient world. Walking down the Via Sacra, or the Sacred Way, you are retracing the exact steps of triumphant generals, powerful orators, and everyday citizens who shaped Western civilization. For centuries, this valley was the center of day-to-day life in Rome, the site of public speeches, criminal trials, and the bustling marketplaces that fueled an empire. Every fragment of marble and standing column here tells a story. Look toward the Temple of Saturn, one of the oldest structures in the area, or the Curia, where the Roman Senate met to make decisions that echoed across continents. It is easy to feel small among these ruins, But if you look past the fallen stones, you can visualize the sheer grandeur of the basilicas and shrines that once glittered with gold and fine marble. The Forum is a beautiful, chaotic mosaic of history where different eras overlap. It serves as a powerful reminder that Rome was not built in a day, nor did it vanish in one. As the sun sets over the ruins, the golden light hitting the broken arches creates a cinematic atmosphere that feels frozen in time. It is the best place in the city to slow down and truly feel the weight of the past beneath your feet. Rising high above the ruins of the Forum, we find the legendary birthplace of the city. According to myth, this is where the twin brothers Romulus and Remus were found, and where the first foundations of Rome were laid nearly 3,000 years ago. It is the most central of the 7 hills, and because of its prime location and cooling breezes, it eventually became the most prestigious address in the empire. As you wander through the sprawling remains of the Flavian Palace and the Stadium of Domitian, you are walking through what was once the ultimate seat of power. These were not just houses, they were massive, multi-level complexes filled with marble floors, grand fountains, and intricate frescoes. Today, the hill feels like a peaceful, elevated park where massive pine trees shade the crumbling brickwork of the emperor's private quarters. One of the greatest highlights here is the panoramic view. From the edge of the Farnese Gardens, you can look down over the entire Forum and across to the Colosseum, gaining a true sense of how the ancient city was organized. It is much quieter up here than in the valley below, offering a moment of reflection among the wildflowers and ancient stones. Of all the ancient structures in the city, this is perhaps the most miraculous. Built nearly 2,000 years ago by the Emperor Hadrian, it remains the best preserved building from the Roman world. Its massive bronze doors and towering granite columns prepare you for a sight that has left architects speechless for centuries. Once you step inside, your eyes are immediately drawn upward to the largest unreinforced concrete dome ever constructed. At the very center is the oculus, a circular opening nearly 30 feet wide that serves as the building's only source of natural light. When it rains, the water falls directly onto the marble floor, disappearing into a clever ancient drainage system that still works perfectly today. The interior is a masterpiece of geometry and light. The height from the floor to the top of the dome is exactly the same as its diameter, creating the sensation of standing inside a perfect sphere. For centuries, this space served as a temple to all the gods before being converted into a church in the year 609. Today, it also serves as a final resting place for Italian kings and the legendary artist Raphael. Standing under that open sky, you feel a direct connection to the brilliance of the past that feels as solid and real as the stone around you. Prepare to be dazzled by the sheer scale and theatrical beauty of the Trevi Fountain. Tucked away in a small square, the sound of rushing water reaches you long before the fountain itself comes into view. Completed in 1762, this Baroque masterpiece is more than just a monument. It is a grand stage where stone and water tell the story of the sea. At the center stands the figure of Oceanus, riding a chariot pulled by two seahorses, one calm and one restless, representing the changing moods of the ocean. The tradition of throwing a coin over your left shoulder with your right hand is world famous. Legend says 1 coin ensures your return to Rome, 2 coins mean you will find love, and 3 coins guarantee a wedding. The sheer volume of water is incredible, with over 21 million gallons flowing through it every single day, supplied by an ancient aqueduct originally built in the year 19 before Christ. Because it is one of the most popular spots in the city, the atmosphere is always electric. Early morning visits offer a rare moment of peace, while at night, the clever lighting turns the travertine stone into a glowing white palace. It is the perfect place to pause, make a wish, and feel the romantic pulse of the eternal city. Connecting the Piazza di Spagna at the base with the Trinità dei Monti Church at the top, these 135 steps are perhaps the most famous staircase in the world. Completed in 1725, they were designed to bridge the gap between the Spanish embassy and the French church above, creating a grand urban monument that has captivated artists and travelers for centuries. At the foot of the steps, you will find the Fontana della Barcaccia, or the Fountain of the Longboat. This charming sculpture of a sinking ship was designed by the father of the great Bernini, and it is powered by the natural pressure of the ancient Acqua Vergine aqueduct. It is a favorite spot for locals to gather and for visitors to catch their breath before the climb. As you ascend the travertine tiers, the view of the city begins to open up behind you. The steps have long been a hub for fashion and culture, surrounded by the most elegant boutiques in Italy. In the springtime, the entire staircase is covered in thousands of blooming pink azaleas, turning the stone into a vertical garden. Whether you are sitting to people watch or climbing to the top for a panoramic view of the sunset, this spot perfectly captures the elegance and the social heartbeat of modern Rome. At the base of the famous steps lies one of the most elegant urban spaces in the world, named after the Spanish embassy that has been located here since the 17th century. This square is a masterpiece of Roman Baroque design. It serves as a grand intersection where the history of the city meets the high fashion energy of modern Italy. The centerpiece of the square is the Fontana della Barcaccia, or the Fountain of the Leaking Boat. Created in 1629, the sculpture was inspired by a real flood that left a boat stranded in the middle of the piazza. Its low-profile design was a clever solution to the low water pressure in the area at the time. Today, the fresh, cold water still flows from the stone, offering a welcome rest for travelers. Surrounding the square are the most prestigious streets in the city, like Via dei Condotti, where the window displays are as much a work of art as the monuments nearby. For centuries, this area was the heart of the international artist community in Rome, drawing poets and painters from across the globe. Whether you are exploring the historic tea rooms nearby or simply admiring the architecture, this square remains the ultimate symbol of Roman style and sophisticated charm. Built upon the site of the ancient Stadium of Domitian, Piazza Navona is one of the most beautiful and lively open spaces in the city. Its unique oval shape perfectly follows the lines of the first-century arena that once hosted athletic competitions. Today, it stands as a grand theater of Baroque architecture, where the splashing of fountains and the energy of street performers create a quintessential Roman atmosphere. The centerpiece is the magnificent Fontana dei Quattro Fiumi, or the Fountain of the Four Rivers, designed by the genius Gian Lorenzo Bernini. It features a massive Egyptian obelisk rising above personifications of the Danube, the Nile, the Ganges, and the Rio de la Plata. Dominating the side of the square is the stunning church of Sant'Agnes in Agone, with its curved facade and twin bell towers representing the height of 17th century design. The piazza is a hub of artistic life, filled with local painters, caricaturists, and musicians who bring a creative spark to the historic surroundings. Surrounding the square are numerous outdoor cafes and restaurants, making it the perfect spot to enjoy a coffee while admiring the intricate sculptures and the constant parade of people passing through. Rising majestically above the Roman skyline, this is the largest church in the world and the spiritual heart of the Catholic faith. Built over the burial site of Saint Peter the Apostle, the current structure took over 120 years to complete, involving the genius of legendary artists like Bramante, Raphael, and Michelangelo. Its massive dome, reaching over 440 feet into the sky, remains one of the greatest architectural achievements in human history. As you pass through the grand portico and step inside, the sheer scale of the interior is breathtaking. The golden light filtering through the windows illuminates a space filled with priceless masterpieces. To your right, you will find Michelangelo's heart-wrenching Pieta, a sculpture carved when he was only 24 years old. Moving toward the center, you stand beneath the towering bronze baldacchino designed by Bernini, which marks the high altar and the sacred space directly above the tomb of the first pope. Every inch of the walls is covered in intricate mosaics that look like paintings, and the vast marble floors are polished to a mirror-like shine. Originally built as a towering mausoleum for the Emperor Hadrian in the 2nd century, Castel Sant'Angelo has lived many lives as a fortress, a papal residence, and even a prison. Guarding the banks of the Tiber River, its massive circular silhouette is one of the most recognizable sights in the city, connected to the rest of Rome by the beautiful Bridge of Angels, lined with statues designed by Bernini. Exploring the interior is like walking through a vertical timeline of Roman history. You begin in the ancient spiraling ramps of the Roman mausoleum before ascending into the lavishly decorated Renaissance apartments of the popes, filled with intricate frescoes and grand fireplaces. One of the most fascinating features is the Passetto di Borgo, an elevated secret passageway that connects the castle directly to the Vatican. This hidden corridor allowed popes to escape to the safety of the fortress during times of siege or danger. The ultimate highlight is the panoramic terrace at the very top, beneath the giant bronze statue of the Archangel Michael. From here, you have an incredible view of the Tiber, the dome of St. Peter's, and the sprawling rooftops of the city. It is a place where you can truly feel the layers of Rome, from its imperial origins to its modern identity. As the central hub of Rome's busy streets, Piazza Venezia is a breathtaking intersection where ancient history meets grand modern monuments. Dominated by the massive white marble of the Altare della Patria, this square serves as a geographic and symbolic heart of the city, connecting the ruins of the Forum to the modern shopping districts. The square is home to the Vittoriano, a colossal monument dedicated to Victor Emmanuel II, the first king of a unified Italy. Locals often call it the wedding cake or the typewriter because of its unique tiered shape and brilliant white color. Standing at the center is the tomb of the unknown soldier, where an eternal flame burns under the watchful eye of honor guards, commemorating those who fell during the First World War. On one side sits the Palazzo Venezia, a historic palace from which Mussolini once gave his famous speeches from the central balcony. Today, it houses a fascinating museum of art and history. Because so many major avenues meet here, it is one of the best places to witness the organized chaos of Roman traffic and get a true sense of the city's scale. From the terraces of the monument, you can enjoy one of the most stunning panoramic views of the entire Roman Forum and the Colosseum. Located on the smallest but most important of the 7 hills, Capitoline Hill serves as the historic citadel of the Roman world. redesigned by the legendary Michelangelo in the 16th century, the square at the top, known as the Piazza del Campidoglio, is a masterpiece of Renaissance urban planning. It is the seat of the city's government and home to one of the oldest public museum collections in existence. The Capitoline museums are housed in two matching palaces and contain iconic treasures like the original bronze she-wolf and the massive remains of the colossal statue of Constantine. In the center of the square stands a magnificent bronze equestrian statue of the Emperor Marcus Aurelius, a survivor from antiquity that has become a symbol of the city's endurance. Behind the main buildings, you can find a hidden terrace that offers one of the most spectacular, high-angle views of the Roman Forum stretching out toward the Colosseum. The grand staircase leading up to the hill, called the Cordanata, was specially designed by Michelangelo with wide, shallow steps so that riders on horseback could ascend the hill with ease and dignity. By day, Campo de Fiori is home to one of the most famous and historic open-air markets in the city. Since the year 1869, the square has come alive every morning with stalls selling fresh fruits, vegetables, flowers, and local Italian delicacies like olive oils and aged balsamic vinegars. It is a sensory explosion of colors and scents, offering a glimpse into the daily life and culinary traditions of the Roman people. In the center of the square stands the somber, hooded bronze statue of the philosopher Giordano Bruno, marking the exact spot where he was executed in the year 1600. It serves as a powerful reminder of the square's complex and often dark history as a site of public justice. Unlike many other major squares in Rome, this is the only one without a church, giving it a unique secular atmosphere that has remained unchanged for centuries. As the sun sets and the market stalls are packed away, the piazza undergoes a complete transformation. The quiet morning market gives way to a vibrant nightlife scene as the surrounding bars and restaurants overflow with locals and travelers enjoying an aperitivo under the stars. Located across the Tiber River, Trastevere is often described as the most authentic and atmospheric neighborhood in Rome. With its narrow, winding cobblestone streets and buildings draped in ivy, this area feels like a small medieval village tucked away from the grand monuments of the city center. It is a place where time seems to slow down and the true spirit of Roman life is on full display. The heart of the district is the Piazza di Santa Maria in Trastevere, home to one of the oldest churches in the city, famous for its glittering 12th century golden mosaics. It is a culinary paradise, known for its traditional family-run trattorias, serving classic Roman dishes like cacio e pepe and carbonara in a rustic candlelit setting. The neighborhood is famous for its vibrant evening energy as the quiet daytime streets transform into a lively hub of bars, artisan shops, and musicians. For those willing to make the climb, the Gianicolo Hill at the edge of the district offers one of the most breathtaking panoramic views of the entire city skyline, especially at sunset.